Hey everyone, in this lesson, I'll be showing you how to make puppet warp animations. So we're still making animations, but this time we're not using frames, or we're not using drawn frames. We will be using frames later, but the way puppet warp animation works is a little different. There's no drawing involved. Instead, we'll be manipulating our existing image. So to begin, well, let's isolate this elephant. Okay, so you already know how to do this. We will be using our quick selection tool to select our elephant and isolate the elephant from the background as best as we can. Okay, so do this. Okay. Okay, let's get his legs. Okay, so just follow along and we'll get this elephant animated very soon. Alright, and then hold Alt. Alright, I forgot to turn on the mouse cursor indicator, click indicator, so you can see it now. Alright, so I'm just isolating this elephant as best as I can. Okay. Alright. Okay, that's pretty good. I think I think this is good enough. Alright, so let's mask it. Okay, and then here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and rasterize. Okay, so to rasterize, I'm gonna right click on our mask right here. Okay, and then apply layer mask, and that'll make it permanent. Okay, see how the background is completely gone now? Okay, so let's work with our elephant. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to duplicate this layer. You don't have to duplicate it, but in this case I want to, because I want this this posture to be the first frame. So I'm gonna go ahead and just duplicate this layer. Okay, so now we get two layers, right? Okay, so let's move this, let's animate this elephant. Okay, I'm gonna go to Edit, and then go to Puppet Warp. Okay, and what that does, it gives us this mesh, right? And then it gives us this cursor. The cursor is shaped like a safety pin, right? So what this does is you're basically pinning it. You can put it anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the pin. I'm gonna put it right here to show you, just to show you how it works. Okay, so I put the pin there, right? So now the pivot point is the pin right here. Okay, and if I click other places, I can basically manipulate our elephant around, right? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna reset. Just to make visibility a little better, I'm gonna disable this layer. Let me go back, and I'm gonna disable this layer, and then just work with this top layer. If it confuses you, if like the different elephants that we're gonna make confuses you, make sure you turn on only the layer you're working with, so that you're not thrown off. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Puppet Warp. Okay, and if I put our safety pin right there, and right there, and right there, okay, now these become basically like control points. Okay, so I can start moving. I can grab this pin and then move it around, right? I can move his feet around. Okay, I can put it here and then do stuff like that. Yeah, so it basically works like a puppet. I'm gonna reset. So our first layer, the bottom layer, this one, this is the default posture, right? What should I do? I think I'm gonna make this elephant maybe like stand up for a little bit. It's like it's making a noise. It's kind of like standing up, so maybe I'm gonna put one there, one there, one there, and then one over here. Okay, and then I'm gonna make it I'm gonna modify it a little bit. Okay, like that. Okay, like this. Like that. Okay. Alright. Okay, so once I'm happy with my next frame, you can go ahead and apply it. There's also modes. Okay, so if you do rigid, it becomes more rigid. If you do distort, it becomes more elastic. So you can play around with this mode too. Right now I'm on normal, right? And then there's density. Okay, what density does, if you do fewer points, you're gonna see less of this mesh, and then if you do more points, you're gonna get a more dense mesh. I just keep it at normal. Okay, and then you can also turn on or off your mesh. There's also this thing called the pin depth. Basically what it is okay, so if I move this leg this way, see how this leg goes under this one? Okay, I'm gonna turn off mesh to show you. This leg is over this leg, right? But if I move it this way, it goes underneath it. It doesn't make any sense, right? So what this does is I can actually move it forward or back like this. It's basically, it changes the order of these pins. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right there. All right, and then I'm just gonna commit, so apply it, and then we're gonna take a look at the bottom layer. This is the bottom layer, and this is the new layer. Okay, so bottom layer, and then new layer. Okay, so that's how much I moved. All right, so let's make a third layer. Okay, like so. I'm gonna turn off this layer. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep this layer on just so that I know how much I'm moving. Okay, so let's go to our new layer and then go to edit and then puppet warp again. Okay, maybe I want to make the mesh show. Okay, I'm gonna apply the pins to the same areas, and then I'm gonna move it even more. Okay, so this is the new location of our limbs, like so. Okay, and then once you're happy with it, you can apply it. Okay, so now we have 3 frames. This one, and then this one. You see where I'm going with this, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna make, I'm gonna duplicate this layer. Okay, I'm gonna turn off these 2 layers. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing. Edit, puppet warp. Okay, I'm gonna pin. I'm pinning the hind legs just so that it stays still as I'm moving the other areas of his body. Okay, so now he has his trunk up, and his head is a little higher too. Okay, and then it's up this much now. I think I want to bend his limb right here. This is where his elbow is, right? So I'm gonna put one right there, and then I'm gonna bend it. Okay, Actually, I think I'm gonna move it back a little. I feel like he's gonna like topple over, so I'm gonna move all of this back just a little. Okay. Alright, and then I'm gonna commit. Okay, so now, so far, we have these four. Okay, so this, 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 and then this. Okay. You can continue going. I'm just gonna end it right here just to speed this tutorial up. Okay, so in my animation, the elephant is gonna stand up for a little bit, for like a split second, and then he's gonna come back down, which means I'm gonna have to copy this layer and then put one over here, right? Just so that, okay, so like the order of the layer is important because it actually goes this way up. So like from the bottom layer, this is frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4, frame 5, okay? So if the elephant is coming back down, that means this frame and this frame has to be the same. And then this frame is gonna be up here as well. And then this position, okay, this position, I want to make it last a little bit longer than just one frame. So I'm also gonna duplicate this and then put this one up here. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames. Okay, so my next move is to create frame animation. I think before we do that, I think I want to make this guy a little bit smaller. I think he's a little big, so I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, so you can actually click all the... You can actually select all the layers. So like, press the one on the bottom. Okay, click on the one on the bottom, and then scroll up, and then press Shift to select all the layers. Or you can select each individual layer by just holding Control. Then you can select any layer that you please. Okay, so just a little tip for making multiple selections. Okay, I want to select all, so I'm gonna just press Shift and just select all of them. Okay, this way I can transform all of them at once, like so. Okay, then I press Enter. Okay, and then I have my smaller elephants. Okay. So from here, I'm gonna create frame animation. Click on this. Okay, so you get your first frame, right? Okay. From here, I'm gonna click on this little menu, and then I'm gonna make frames from layers. Click on this. Okay. Now you have all these layers on different frames, like so. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. So that's what I get. All right, now let's add a background to this. To do that, we're just gonna go to our other image, okay, and then we're gonna just, well, you can just open it. You can just you can place, okay, place embedded. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy, select all and then copy, and then just paste it into a new layer. Okay, just paste new layer like so. I'm gonna move this layer down like that. Oops, I'm gonna move it down over here. Okay, so now the background layer is on the very bottom, right? So this way, now you have your background in all the frames. Okay, so if you look at these frames, this is what's turned on. The background and layer 0, okay, the first frame. If you go to the next one, you see this one turned on and this one turned on, and then you go to the next one, this, and then next one, this and that, okay, and vice versa. Okay, so that's how it works. You go from the bottom layer to the top, first frame, last frame, like that. Okay, so try this on your own, and as usual, export say for web, as a GIF GIF file. And also watch out for the canvas size. So you see I have some transparency here, right? I can actually I can crop this. I don't think I'm gonna go in here. You can go into image size or canvas size. You can go to canvas size to change the size of the canvas. You can change the image size as well, but I'm gonna go ahead and crop this. So I'm gonna crop it to the size of our background, like so. Okay, and then I'm gonna press enter to apply. Okay, and then you can go ahead and export it. Okay, so play around with the Puppet Warp tool and try to make an animation, hopefully something more complex than this. You can make it really long. Of course, it'll grow in file size, but you can also drop the number of colors when you export. Okay, so play around with this and submit it, and I'll see you next time.